Whether new shooter, longtime gun owner, or even police officer or soldier, your handgun needs a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Crimson Trace.
This is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, now available on iTunes and other podcast clients, and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for iPhone and Android. Feel free to call Tom now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN or 866-825-5486, or email Tom at guntalk.com. Now, once again, here's Tom.
Alrighty, glad you could be with us. Tom Gresham here. Join us just by calling 866-TALK-GUN, get you in here. In about an hour, we're going to have some more Black Friday. Actually, this will be more Cyber Monday codes for you from the folks at Crimson Trace. A lot of things going on. Of course, you can enter our contest going right now with Colt. Go to guntalk.com/win. Cool things there. Got Black Friday deals all over the place. And a lot of them continue all the way through the weekend and beyond. We just talked about the one from Double Tap Ammo. Just put in Family 15. That's Family 15 to get 15% off your order there. Glock's got a bunch of special things going on. Mossberg has Black Friday and online sales. Remington has things going on. SIG has, it's amazing, the deals that are out there, whether it's guns, ammo, magazines, whatever. Can you legally buy a gun for somebody else and give it to them? You know, on the form, it asks you the question, are you the one who's buying the gun? Well, I want to talk to Johnny Dury about that from Dury's Guns, and he said, well, yeah, I will talk to you about that, but I'm not going to do it on Sunday because I'm going hunting. Okay, that's Johnny. So I grabbed him a couple of days ago, and we recorded this. Lots of good information about buying and selecting guns for other people. I want to talk with Johnny Dury from Dury's Guns. All right, it is the Christmas buying season, and for a lot of us, that means finding a really long, skinny package under the tree. And Johnny Dury joins us now from Dury's Guns. Johnny, that's been probably the same tradition in your family as mine. A lot, as I was growing up, there was always a skinny package under the tree.
Well, it's actually different for us because we were in the business. My dad always just gave them to us when it was time to go hunt with them, so I never did get any guns under the tree. But, God, I would have liked to have because I get a bunch of the ladies that come in here to buy something for their husbands, and I go, God, I never get a gun under the tree.
Well, you get guns all the time. So exactly.
We got them all the time, but I say, I never got a gun under the tree. It's kind of odd. But,
well, let me ask you, one of the things that people ask, and you get these questions all the time, this is what you guys do on a daily basis. And for those who don't know, Dury's Guns is a gun store emporium almost in San Antonio, but you also, of course, have a very large online presence. And we ought to at least give them just a real quick background of the history of your operation.
Sure, Tom. So my dad started our gun shop in 1959. And when he got out of college, my grandfather was a Remington rep and had been for 35 years. And my grandfather would go around to the gun shop servicing them, selling them Remington guns and ammo and a bunch of other lines that he did, and started bringing guns back to my dad that needed to be sighted in and recoil pads done on them and scopes mounted and all that. And then my grandfather the next week would go take them back to those gun shops when he went to service those stores again. So it started out that way. My dad kind of had a pickup and delivery gunsmithing business and did that until the early 70s, and then opened our retail store. And then, we've just gone there from all that from here. But my great-grandfather was a gunsmith in the late 1800s, and that's how I got my grandfather into the business.
So you're really fourth generation in the gun business.
That's right. We would be fourth generation, but first, I'd be second generation in the retail sales, but fourth generation in the gun business. And all the way back, I have my great-grandfather's card from the late 1800s, and it was lifetime guarantee on all of his work.
And you still do the same thing?
We still do the same thing.
So when somebody buys a gun from Dury's Guns, used or new, I want to repeat that, used or new, they get a lifetime guarantee.
That's correct. We do everything is guaranteed that we sell, all of our guns, new or used, and that's parts, labor, everything on it. If we can't take care of it, if it gets obsolete or whatever, we'll give you 100% of your money back, or we'll give you full price that you paid for it in credit towards another gun. So all the parts, all the labor, all the shipping, all the everything. You buy a gun from us, it's a zero cost to you to have it fixed.
Amazing. All right, it's a time when people are thinking about either getting a gun or buying a gun. Question, throw one out for you. People say, well, is it legal for me to buy a gun for somebody else to give it to them as a gift? You get that all the time, I'm sure.
We do get that all the time. It's completely legal for you to give a gun as a gift. You can buy as many guns to give as gifts as you want to be. So there's no issues with that at all.
The only requirement there is obviously you can't be giving it to someone who is legally prohibited from owning a gun, like a convicted felon, et cetera. But
that's right.
As long as it's somebody who's legal to own a gun, you can give them a gun.
That's exactly right. You can give them a gun. And most people have a big misunderstanding of how it works. They think that when they fill out the form in our store and stores across the country, that's registration. But that's not registration. That's just a background check to make sure that you're legal to take that gun out of our store and buy it. That's really all of that.
And there's a place on the form that says, are you buying the gun for yourself? You want to answer yes on that because you are, and then you're going to give it to someone. But
that's correct.
Don't say no on that because that confuses ATF and everybody else.
That's right. It says, are you the actual buyer? I had a guy this morning that asked me about that. He was buying a gift for his son for Christmas, and he says, what do I put for here? I said, well, you're paying for it, aren't you? He goes, yeah. I said, well, then you're the actual buyer of it, and then what you choose to do with it from there and give it as a gift, that's no problem.
All right, one of the things that we get a lot here on the radio, and I'm sure it mirrors what you get there, is somebody, particularly men, who say, I want to buy a self-defense gun, a handgun for my wife. And often I'll say, that might not be the best way to go because a defensive handgun is such an individual thing. Is it big? Do you want it small? Do you want, what caliber? What color? How do you handle that?
The way that we handle that is we say it like this. Give her a gift to the gun shop to come buy a gun for her, and then bring her in and let us talk her through it. So basically, you've set her up a custom day at the gun shop. We schedule a time. We'll be here for her with that. We'll show her all the different ones. It's also a nice place, a nice time that you get to spend time with her. And that goes for the women or the kids or anybody with it, is you give them a kind of like a spa day to the gun shop, and here we're going to go pick you out something. And makes a nice day. You get to spend time with her or with the kids or whatever, take them out to a nice lunch, come to the gun shop, we pick you out something that's nice that fits with it. And it's a lot more memorable experience than just saying, well, here's a gun under the tree.
I like it. So you make it a shopping trip, a whole, as you say, it's an experience and not just a thing you find. So we're going to go do this together. It
would be the equivalent of saying, I'm going to go buy you a custom suit, but we need you to go there to be measured for it. And so we have them give a gun store experience of, we're going to buy you, here's your present. Is a trip to the gun store to buy you a defense gun, and we have them ready for you to walk you through the whole process. And you know what? It's a nice time. You get to spend some time together. They get to be excited about what they're getting instead of going, oh, I really don't like this, but I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, exactly. They pick it out themselves. They have no one to blame. There's the other side of that.
Correct.
And, of course, they also get the help of your professional people at the store and say, you might want to take a look at this one because that little bitty gun is going to be harder to shoot. Basically getting the benefit of the experience of your staff.
That's right. There's a lot of those little guns now, the single action, little 1911 type miniature 380s.
Right.
And a lot of those ladies that would think that's a great gun, when you tell them that they're going to carry it with the hammer down, and when they have to pull the gun out, they have to cock it before they could use it as a defense gun. They go, I would have never thought about that because I wouldn't carry it with it cocked and the safety on. And they never think about how awkward that is to pull that out of a purse or a pair of shorts if they're going on a walk and pull that gun out and then have to cock it before they could use it.
Yep, that's where you help them out.
That's where we help them out. We show them all of those different things on it, and some of them are very into guns, and that's not a big issue for them. And some of them that aren't, that just doesn't work well for them. So then we may push them into one of the revolvers or one of the guns that are striker fired that they don't have to cock that.
All right, question for you: are used guns still a good buy?
used guns are always a good buy, especially from us, because they're going to come on with a lifetime guarantee. So what makes it, especially on deer rifles, a lot of times you can virtually get the scope for free. So you can upgrade your optics on it, you can upgrade your guns, you can buy better than what you would have got. And most people don't shoot their rifles very much, so most all the rifles you see out there, they're going to be very little use. Nobody goes out and takes a deer rifle and goes shoots it 10,000 times.
I would bet that there's not 1 in 1,000 deer rifles that ever get shot 1,000 rounds.
No. If you go shot a lot, you go shoot in 5 or 6 rounds at the shooting range to make sure your gun is on after you've shot it in the first time. You're going to go kill 2 or 3 deer with it and a couple hogs. If you shot a box a year, that would be a bunch. That'd be 20 shots times 10 years. That's only 200.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to wear out a rifle that way.
No.
All right. The other question is, and I know that you're always, because you sell a lot of used guns. People ought to go to your website, durysguns.com. You sell a lot of used guns, which means you always need a lot of used guns. So let's talk a little bit about people who are thinking about selling 1 or 2 or maybe even a whole bunch of guns at a time.
Yeah, we have people that contact us from all over the country. We make it really easy for them. They can call us, tell us what they've got. We try to come up with a plan for them, and if it makes sense for us to send boxes for them to ship them to us, we send the shipping boxes, the return labels, and everything for them to do it. Or we'll travel there if they got big collections, and we'll pick up the whole thing and come and bring them back. So we kind of just depends on what's easier for them. I just got 2 of your guys, one from Carson City, Nevada, another one from Ogden, Utah, just sent me a bunch of guns down. They've been very happy with how we've taken care of them.
And I mean, for those, I know a lot of people know that I did the exact same thing. We were selling some of my dad's guns after he passed away, and it was flawless. It was just easy. I guess that's the thing, John, is you make it easy for people and comfortable, and there's like no stress, no worry. It just happens. It happens quickly. So I mean, it's a great process.
Well, the way that we want to do it is we want them to know that they're going to get a fair price here on it. You can take the guns to a pawn shop. They won't give you anything from them. We're going to give them a fair number on it. They're going to know all of that info up front to make the decision on whether they want to sell it or not. Mm-hmm. There's no high pressure with us. We try to make it so easy for them that it just, why would you do it any other way?
Yeah, I mean, you say, look, this is what we're going to sell it for, what we think we can get for it. This is what we're going to be able to pay for it because we got our markup built in. If that works for you, great, and it's just easy.
Yeah, when you put it all up front with it, they know we've got to make some money at it. We make a fair profit on it. They get a really fair price on it that nobody else is going to pay them that much for it. And so it just makes it easy, and it makes it where they don't have to go hassle it. They don't have to put it in the newspaper, put it on Craigslist or any of that, and have a bunch of people come into their house. We just make it easy for them.
The other thing is your used selection varies all the time, so people ought to check back on your website frequently to find out what's new, what you have, and what you've just gotten in.
We update it every day with new guns going there. I just met with a lady yesterday. I'm going on Tuesday to pick up 387 guns at a collection in Laredo. So we'll have a whole bunch of stuff in the next couple weeks coming on those.
Wow. All right, well, look, as we head into the holiday season, try to get out there and do a little hunting. I know you're getting in as much as you can, man.
Yeah, we do it every weekend. The big deal is to take those kids and go hunting with them. That's the most.
How many did you say you had last weekend?
We had 11 kids at the deer lease last weekend, and they all got something. So we had a big time with all of them.
It's always fun when you take the kids out. It kind of amplifies the whole experience. Johnny Dury, thank you for everything that you do, and you guys have a great holiday season.
Thanks a million, Tom. Sure appreciate you.
I may not be Santa Claus, but I've been watching you. Most of you have taken my advice and bought yourself a Glock. Outstanding! You're on the Gunny's Good List. For those of you who haven't bought the greatest handgun known to modern man, this holiday season gives you a great chance to get back on the Gunny's good side. Just think of all the great things you can do with your Glock. Go to the gun range, exercise your Second Amendment right, practice safe and responsible gun ownership. Head down to your gun shop and check out the Glock Slimline series of pistols today.
Experts agree that the low-range variable rifle scope is best for most situations. Now, Trijicon offers a stunning 1-to-6 power variable in the AccuPoint line. Featuring a battery-free illuminated reticle, superior glass clarity, and rugged construction, it's the one scope you need for hunting and competition. Long eye relief, aircraft-grade aluminum housing, manual brightness override. See the 1 to 6 power AccuPoint at Trijicon.com. Trijicon.com.
No matter what gun you have, you want it to hit harder, shoot faster and flatter, and be more accurate. You get all that with the ammunition from Double Tap. Double Tap's experts select the best bullets, then load them to higher velocities while keeping safe pressures. Shoot small groups. Shoot farther. Use custom hunting loads in your handgun or rifle. Even fire 2 projectiles with one shot. DoubleTapAmmo.com. That's DoubleTapAmmo.com.
You're at a gun store and your phone tells you about hot deals. Want to know about special offers? No problem when you have Gun Dealio, the free app for your smartphone. Gun Dealio delivers the latest deals on guns, ammo, and extras direct to your phone. Don't overpay for your shooting gear. Get Gun Dealio. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. Trigger the deals with Gun Dealio. GunDealio.com.
Join the Ruger 2 Million Gun Challenge and help donate $4 million to the NRA Institute for Legislative Action. The NRA ILA is committed to preserving the Second Amendment right of all law-abiding individuals to purchase, possess, and use firearms. And Ruger pledges to donate $2 for each new Ruger firearm sold between the 2015 and 2016 NRA annual meetings. Visit Ruger.com/2 million to learn more and support the NRA ILA by buying a new Ruger firearm today.
All right, we're back with you. Let's see. Chris has sent me an email. He says, you ask, so this is how I spent Black Rifle Friday. I like it, Black Rifle Friday. Said he, on Black Friday, went to the store to, initially at least, to pay off the balance on the Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm. He said his third one. He says, yes, I love this pistol. So does my girlfriend. So the third one is hers, and she did pick it out. So, happens there was a sale on the DPMS Oracle AR-15 for $499. So that became my Black Friday Black Rifle purchase. Then, of course, one needs ammo. So the next day, I shop a small business on Small Business Saturday. I went back and bought 200 rounds of AR-15 ammo, 500 rounds of 9mm ammo, as well as 3 cases of 12-gauge trap ammo. 3 cases of 12-gauge trap ammo to add my supply. Chris, you're doing it right, man. He said, oh, yeah, Sunday is always Gun Talk Sunday. Yes, indeed. So we have Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Gun Talk Sunday, and then Cyber Monday. This is a good weekend all the way around. Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. I want to talk on line 2. Rick is with us out of Tennessee. Hey, Rick, what you got there?
Yes, sir. On Friday, I went and took advantage of Ruger's trade-in program where you can trade in your LC9 to get an LC9S.
Oh, so, yes. And you get $100 back from Ruger
yes,
you can use on their website?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the trigger on the LC9S is like night and day from the LC9.
I told you so. I told you would love it. I mean, the LC9 was a nice pistol with a fair, and I'm being very kind, a fair trigger. The LC9S is a really good pistol with a great trigger. Try to, if you can, describe the difference between the two. How much did it knock you out?
If I take off the $100 for the Ruger store, probably about $60.
So you're doing a good deal, and you love the trigger.
Yes, sir. I put out 200 rounds through it yesterday.
Really?
And I mean, I can hit it as well with my other Rugers as I am now with the LC9S.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, the LC9S is really, it's just a different pistol altogether. It's not the same thing at all.
No, sir. Because I really love Rugers. I've got 8 other ones. And so when I go
He's
to the
a
range,
Ruger guy.
Yeah, well, that's what they call me at the local range I go to.
Oh, yeah, the Ruger guy. Okay.
Yes, sir. But I was shooting out the 21 feet with the LC9S and taking out the center of the target with it.
All right. Well, good deal. Great range report, and thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, you scored big. Yeah, Ruger's got a special deal going. If you've got an LC9, you can trade it in get an LC9S, do your best deal with the gun store, and then you, I think, mail in or send them a copy of the receipt to Ruger, and you get $100 that you can use on the Ruger website, the shopruger.com. That's a great deal. And the LC9S is a terrific upgrade. Robert's on line 1 out of North Dakota. You're wanting to buy a rifle here, Robert?
Yes, sir, Tom. How you doing? I'm thinking about getting a rifle for my 17-year-old son here for Christmas. I was looking at the Hawa, I guess is what you say, and I kind of like the 308. It's got Hawa there, but they got an awesome camel pattern on that thing. It just looks beautiful. And I wanted to know what you thought about the Hawas, and is 308, that's pretty good all around for deer and coyotes and such, right?
Well, okay, first of all, 2 questions there. One, I think the Hoa, however you pronounce it, I think they make really good rifles. I think they're a good deal, a good value rifle. So if you like those, and you like the camel pattern, that's good enough. Now, let's talk about caliber for a second. How much has your son shot? Is he real comfortable shooting centerfire rifles?
Yeah, I have a 30-06 and a 243, and he shot both of them. I have an M4, and he shot both of those. Yeah, I'm ex-military, so he's into guns too, like his dad. So the 30-06 I got, that's a little bit of muscle for him though. But yeah, he's used to it. Now they do have a 223 and a 22-250, but the 223 I reload, so I reload a lot of my own 223s. But I want to get him something that he can hunt
not
deer
for
with
deer.
and stuff.
Yeah, that would be fine for coyotes. I'm thinking somewhere maybe in the middle. If they've got a 243, that would be an excellent combination. If you're going to do a lot of coyote hunting, 308 would not be my choice. It'll work for the occasional coyote. But if I was going to do a lot of coyote hunting, I'd be looking for a 243, probably something along those lines. So if that's an option, I would probably opt for the 243 or 260 Remington, something on the 308 case, but a little bit smaller. But if it's going to be primarily a deer cartridge, then 308 would work just fine. Either way, you're going to be fine. 243 or 308 is going to work fine for both. I would go to the smaller caliber if it's primarily for coyote hunting. I would go to the larger diameter, the 308, if it's primarily for deer. The good news is you can't make a bad choice here. Just get it and spend some money on a good scope, get it sighted in, go out and do some shooting. 866-TALK-GUN. Are you thinking about buying a gun? What are you thinking about?
Broadcasting nationwide, you're listening to Gun Talk. And now, back to Tom.
Alrighty. Man, do we have some big news. Just a great big Gun Talk welcome to our newest affiliate. This is a big deal. In Atlanta, Georgia, WGST AM and FM, AM 640, 50,000 watts. It's a powerhouse there. It also is on 92.3 on the FM dial. So that's 640 AM, 92.3 FM. A big welcome to WGST in Atlanta. All righty, let's see. We had, we have several calls here, people asking questions. You know what? We have answers. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. When I'm wrong, you'll correct me. I know you will because you're my friend and you'll take care of me. Our number is 866-TALK-GUN. Line 3, Austin's out of Waco, Texas. Hey, Austin.
Tom, I tell all my friends and anybody who will actually listen that I will never buy another 9mm. But I found a Black Deal Friday deal on a gun that I've been looking at. Yeah.
Never say never. Yep. I get it.
Lionheart LH9.
Okay.
Sexy looking 9mm. Kind of looks like a 1911. Normally goes for $650. Got it for $399 shipped.
I'm looking at it online right now. Lionheart Industries, the LH9, looks like a nice pistol.
And it's. I've been lusting after this pistol. It looks real good. I'm just waiting for it to come in.
Well, that's outstanding. You know what? Oh, look, it looks like it is Cerakoted also. That's pretty cool.
Correct. It comes Cerakoted. I'm cheap, so I didn't do actually, they were out of stock on the bronze, so I just went black. And
okay.
It's a full size, 9mm. It'll ship with a 13-round mag, and I can get 15-round mags for it. So,
tell you what, when it comes in, you've had a chance to shoot a little bit. Would you give us a call back and give us a range report and let us know how it worked out?
I'd be happy to.
That'd be great. Look, I appreciate it, and congrats on scoring. Black Friday, good deal for guns and ammo and everything else. Also, a lot of those Black Friday sales are continuing. So if you're looking around, keep checking it out, because a lot of them will go till, not just till tomorrow, which would be the Cyber Monday, but even into December. So, yeah, it's good. Yeah. Jim says, yeah, it's a good thing he's never going to buy another 9. I know the feeling. I am never going to buy another. Yeah, after a while you think, okay, I don't think I need to say that anymore, because I've been proven wrong so many times. Brian is on line 2 out of Vancouver, Washington. Brian, what you looking for here?
2 questions, Tom. The short one is, do you know of a tactical semi-automatic shotgun which functions flawlessly between regular game loads and slugs? The power range is always cut on every shotgun I've run into.
That's always a challenge, is to get a semi-auto to work with light loads. Now, I guess the question is, how light are we talking? Because if we start getting into the 3/4 ounce a shot, 7/8 ounce a shot, and you also want to shoot 3-inch magnums or even 3.5 inch, that's a long way to go.
Regular game loads, something you shoot squirrels or something like that with, and then up to slugs, which you might
I think most of them will do that. I think the Remington Versamax would certainly do that. Probably Benelli's will do that okay. Obviously, hey, if you wanted another way to go where it's absolutely positively going to work, you can get this thing called a pump. You know where I was going.
It's too slow. They're really nice for reliability, but they're really too slow, and you get your eye off the target because you're pumping this thing and whatever. Anyway,
yeah. But I try the Remington Versamax. I think it might work for you.
Okay, another question is a little bit more long and open-ended. It's about the Wilson Tactical 7.62 by 40 cartridge.
Right.
Now, as I understand it, they didn't invent this cartridge. They've just acquired the rights to it, and they've developed it. But it's a 5.56 that's been necked up to 30 caliber. It's just as straightforward of Wildcat as you could make. And
nobody's ever done that before. Necked up a 223 up to 30. That's right. No, here's the thing, and yes, I see it on their website. And I'm scratching my head, and I'm clearly, once again, I'm sure I'm missing something, but I'm looking at it and going, okay, it looks like a solution in search of a problem. We already have the 300 Blackout. Now, this is, a little bit more velocity than a 300 Blackout, but not much. I'm not sure I'm understanding what the goal of it is. Do you know?
Yes, I do. The rifling, the twist rate is different on those 2 calibers. It's 1 in 8 for the Blackout because it favors the subsonic loads, 220 grain, 30 caliber. And on the Wilson Tactical round, it's 1 in 12 inch, and it favors 125 grain bullets. It will shoot the 220s. Either of them will, but there's significantly more case volume that's available to the 125 grain. I mean, maybe 1/4 of an inch more powder.
Right.
And so you get performance in that weighted bullet, which is very similar to the 6.8 Remington. And, of course, you don't have to change your bolt carrier group or any of that stuff. And magazines work much better even than the 6.8. So there's some reason to do it. It'd be an economical way. But what's happening?
I mean, I get it that there might be a reason to do it. You're getting about 200 feet per second more, which is not insignificant at all. The question, I guess, is what are they going to do with it? When's it going to become available, and is it ever going to become not proprietary? All of those, correct. I don't know the answers to. Now, Proprietary doesn't mean that somebody else can't make it and can't load it, but often what it means is you have to pay a royalty to somebody. That's why there is a 300 Whisper and a 300 Blackout. If a gun maker makes a gun chambered for the Whisper, they have to pay a royalty on that, and people who make the ammo do. But if they make it a Blackout, which is essentially the same thing, they don't. They work their way around that.
Or they could change the shoulder angle on it by 1 degree and file those drawings and call it something else, and both of them would work in both chambers without any problem.
Wouldn't be the first time. But I guess the deal is I don't know the answer to your question. I don't know. Tell you what I'll do, though. I'll see if I can get somebody on here from Wilson Combat. Maybe we can find out more about it, get them to talk about it. So we'll get to work on that one. In the meantime, if you have a range report, love to get that, what you've been shooting. Have you taken any people out to the range? I was able to take a guy out on his first hunt. It was a duck hunt. And then we took 3 teenagers out shooting clay targets on Thanksgiving Day, had a ball. Always fun. And I'm seeing a lot of people posting pictures about taking youngsters out on deer hunts, etc. Those are range reports too, and we love to get that kind of information. 866-TALK-GUN.
Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently. When it comes to personal protection, nothing beats a Bodyguard. Choose the lightweight, compact, and concealable Bodyguard 380 pistol or the Bodyguard 38 revolver, both with a built-in laser sight. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. GalleryofGuns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
In the field or on the range, you need a trigger you can trust. For over 60 years, Timney triggers have been trusted by hunters and shooters everywhere. A Timney trigger could mean the difference between a great shot and a miss. Timney triggers are proudly made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. To order, go to timneytriggers.com. That's TIMNEY triggers.com.
The world can be a dangerous place. Gear up with the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. Equipping your firearm with laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com and receive a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge. Crimson Trace. Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. Shopguntalk.com.
Behind every revolution is a patriot. Just as this great country was founded on the ideals of many, the new Mossberg Patriot is the sum of all that came before it. Reliable, timeless, built to last. The classic American hunting rifle with a heritage forged over generations has come home. Mossberg, built rugged, proudly American.
Talking about the guns that you want, the guns that you're buying. What'd you get out there? Did you buy something? Range reports, love to get those. Also, if you were to simply say, okay, I'm going to buy a new gun, just wide open, I'm going to buy a new gun, what would it be? Handgun? Rifle? shotgun. I took an old over and under out when I was shooting clay targets the other day with the family, and I did okay. I think I was concentrating too much on taking care of everybody and helping out the youngsters to shoot. So my mind wasn't in it. And shooting is absolutely a mental game for sure. I spent a lot of my time just watching muzzles, and all the kids did great. We had one adult who needed just a slight correction. It's okay for the most part. But the kids did great. I was impressed. I always like to see youngsters who know gun safety and practice gun safety. Let's see. Steve's in Tulsa on 4. Steve, what are you wanting to buy?
I'm wanting to buy an AR-10. I'm looking at a DPMS Sportico.
Mm-hmm. 308?
Yes.
Okay. What you going to do with it?
My question, what I'm going to do with it is deer hunting, just all around home defense, whatever, you know.
Okay. Just general shooting.
My question is, I've got friends that own them, and they're telling me to get one with a forward assist, and I'm thinking, if you build this rifle and pay so much money for it, why would you need it? What's the deal on that forward assist?
Well, a couple of things. One is it makes it look authentic to the way that they were built. They actually, well, if you want to go really authentic, they originally didn't have that way back, the M16, AR-10, AR-15. But the ones that were issued to the military had the forward assist. Also, if you chamber around and it doesn't quite go all the way in, the bolt hasn't gone into battery, you can whack that forward assist and push it into battery. Obviously, that either can make it work or you can cause a jam, depending on what the problem was in the first place. You don't have to have a forward assist, but it doesn't bother me to have it. I think it's kind of cool because I think it looks good. So what can I say? It may be more a case of you either like it or you don't. So I don't know. What's your what you're thinking on this?
Where are you at if you don't have one and it's not all fully chambered and you're in a gunfight? What are you doing? Well, I mean, you're going to have to stick your finger in there and push it in? Is that what?
That would be an issue, wouldn't it? That would be an issue. We hope that you're not in a gunfight with this gun, but if you are, you'd want to get it going again. I will say this, and it's frankly, this is the part that nobody wants to hear, okay? Nobody wants to talk about this. Have you taken a 2-day bust your butt course where you're shooting all day with an AR, AR-10, AR-15 on a sling from different positions, and you spend 3 or 4 hours on malfunction drills, causing malfunction, setting it up so it malfunctions? Can you clear a malfunction left-handed? Do you know how to clear a malfunction in an AR-15? Do you know how to clear a double feed? It's ugly. We're talking really ugly. I've seen a guy clear a malfunction while he's doing a drill, running backwards, whips out his knife in an unexpected double feed and pries that sucker out of there and gets the gun back in, but only because he'd done it 1,000 times. So, yes, to your point, I like a forward assist on my guns. I could make the argument that it doesn't make much difference until it does, of course, which is kind of the way it is with everything. I don't know. What do you think? For those who are AR aficionados, and there are a lot of people who know a lot more about them than I do you like a forward assist on your AR? Why? What purpose does it serve for you? Because trust me, if you get to shooting that thing and that bolt is hot, you're not going to stick your finger in that little notch on the bolt and shove it forward. Or if you do, it won't take you very long to get your finger off of it. And then you'll be working on that blister. Or maybe third-degree burns for all, could happen. So that's where the forward assist comes in. But the main thing is, if you're serious about thinking about having an AR for self-defense, you need to take a real class on how to use it and how to fix those malfunctions. All right, back with you. Let's talk to Maurice. He's in Lake Charles, Louisiana on line 1. Hello, Maurice. What you trying to do here?
Well, I'm an old USPSA shooter and a cowboy action shooter, but my wife took me down to the gun store on Black Friday and bought me a AR-15, and I got a question.
Okay.
About 7-8 years ago, I stored a bunch of Russian Tula 5.56 lacquered ammo, which is still good. But how can you take the lacquer off of that?
What you do is you fire all the ammo and then give the brass to somebody you don't like. There's no way I know of safely to remove the lacquer or efficiently to take the lacquer off. I mean, I guess you could take steel wool and just try to rub each one, but you're not going to soak it in solvent. Just shoot it, clean the gun as necessary, and then when you get rid of it, don't buy any more of that junk.
Well, I haven't in 8 years, but I've been told by several old reloaders that as long as you don't get the barrel too hot, the lacquer won't stick in the barrel.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's that stuff's awful. It just is awful. But I would almost, if there's a way you could sell it, some people are going to call me and say, hey, that stuff works great. I never had a problem with it. Fine, great, wonderful, super. If it were me, I probably would just try to shoot it up, clean the gun as necessary, and go on from there. Listen, Maurice, I appreciate the call. Roy is in Waterville, Ohio on 3. What'd you buy, Roy? Roy? Hey, Roy. He is getting a sandwich. You know what he did? He bought him a Marlin 4570 lever action. Says he loves it, but it kicks. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I've got an older Marlin lever action 4570 with the light cowboy action loads, and that's the way to go for practice. Not bad. But you start putting serious loads in it, and mine has the steel butt plate, which every time I talk about this, I keep saying, I got to do something about that, and then I never do. There's a problem there. It's not with the gun, it's with the operator. That would be me. What I need to do is cut that stock off and put a really good recoil pad on it, something that really soaks up the recoil. Yes, it won't look authentic, but it'll sure be a lot more fun to shoot, because I'm here to tell you, a stout 4570 load in one of these with the steel butt plate, they're great fun to shoot. They are tons of fun, and I love mine. But man, does that thing kick. The rifle didn't weigh anything. And then you got a steel butt plate, which doesn't give, and my shoulder gives. And then you're shooting a 405 grain bullet out there, and you're stoking it up. When you stick something like Mike McNett's double tap ammo in there that's loaded hot, yeah. But I do love the 4570. I actually got one of those, 450 Marlin. They made that for a while. I don't know if anybody's even making ammo for the 450 Marlin anymore. It was an attempt to have a little bit higher pressure in a 4570, so they put a belt on the cartridge, thereby preventing you from using that ammo in a 4570, maybe the old trapdoor Springfields. It worked fine. It was good. Still have that rifle. I actually shot an Alaskan moose with it. It works. You hit them in the right place, they will fall down. But I do love the 4570. That's just authentic. If you ever get a chance to pick one up, do not pass it up. They are so much fun to shoot, the 4570s. All right, as you are equipping your self-defense gun, you're getting your leather, you're getting your holster, you're getting your belt and all the rest of it, and you think about getting a laser, and you go, oh, yeah, this is going to be an issue because I may have to get a new holster. Not a problem. We've got news for you on that front when we come back. And we'll have some more Black Friday on into Cyber Monday deals. You do not want to miss out on this because it'll save you money. And when you save money, that lets you buy more stuff.